Here we go. Look at all these N64 games we got in. There's a whole heckin' stack of them. Bunch of PS3 games, as usual. And some Amiibos here, too. And some Box Genesis games. A lot of Fire Emblem Amiibos. We'll take a look at all these later. But for now, let's dive into the N64 games. Some awesome stuff right here. I'm a big fan of the N64. I played a lot of it when I was a kid. I like to play a lot of it now, but I don't really have the setup at home to get it rocking and rolling. But it had so many fun games, like Blitz here. God, Blitz is probably the only sports game I will actually enjoy, along with NFL Street, because you can just absolutely manhandle people in NFL Blitz. Cruising World, Cruising USA. Those were both pretty good arcade ports to the N64 that I enjoyed a lot. Hydro Thunder here, a little beat up, but that was also another fun one on the N64. Wave Race 64. Honestly, the Nintendo 64 had a lot of good racing games. I don't know what was going on there, but a lot of kart racing games. A lot of different racing games. Arcade racers. Jet ski racers, stuff like that. Not very much in the way of like Gran Turismo, like realistic racers, but Mickey Speedway here, 1080 snowboarding, Snowboard Kids. There's so many good racing games for the N64 actually. Here's Pokemon Stadium, fan favorite, signed by 60s, I guess. I don't know. I think it's funny that Nintendo encouraged you to write on the cartridge. So, of course, we did. 007, World Is Not Enough. What else we got here? Ocarina of Time. I mean, there you go. One of the best games ever. Yeah, obviously. Really, really fun game. One I haven't played in a long time, but maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll go back. Yoshi's Story. Here for the N64. Star Fox 64. Another fantastic one. One of my favorite games. Mention it every time I see Star Fox 64. I'm like, this is my favorite N64 game right here. It's just so charming, and I don't know. I enjoy games where you can fly. 1080 snowboarding is very popular here in the store. Here's some more NFL Blitzes. And what else we got here? Mortal Kombat 4. I never played Mortal Kombat 4, but it seems like it'd be fun. I mean, come on, how could you hate Mortal Kombat? That's basically what it comes down to. Another Wave Race. I don't even know, what is this thing? Tetris Sphere. Okay. Looks like a robot going crazy. A little missile on its arm there. Another Ocarina of Time. Blitz. Jet Force Gemini. This is a cute little fun game. A lot of people should check out. Made by Rare. So people who made Donkey Kong, all that stuff. It's definitely one to check out. Mario Kart 64. Another good racing game. Like I said, N64. I don't know what's going on. Racing games everywhere that are amazing. Dr. Mario. I don't know if this one's amazing, but I'm willing to give it a shot here. Off-Road Challenge. The original Cruising USA. I played a lot of this one. I loved it in the arcade, and I liked playing it on the N64. WWF No Mercy. It's another series of games for the N64, or all the wrestling games. A lot of great wrestling games for the Nintendo 64. And here's GoldenEye. One fan favorite there. Top Gear Rally. What else we got? Oh yeah, some Mario Party games came in. Mario Party 3 and Mario Party 2. I'm surprised these games are so sought after still today. I guess it's that rage-inducing N64 controller, I guess. I know they added them recently to the Switch. And we got some loose Genesis games here, but look at this. The Genesis had no rules, man. That's one thing I like about Sega, and the Genesis in particular. This looks nothing like the other Genesis cartridges, but you know what? That's why they did it. And the same thing with Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden here. These are all games for the same system, even though they all look different. Some people just had to muck it up, and virtual racing over here had to be the big boy on campus. But so be it. Here we go. Hyperstone Heist for the Genesis. Is it my favorite Genesis game? Probably. Very, 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 very good game. Just, I'd say it's one of the best beat-em-ups. And the Genesis has a lot of good beat-em-ups, man. You got Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. But I think Hyperstone Heist, for me, is the best. You really just get in there and start slamming the hell out of people as a Ninja Turtle, which is great. Superman, Comic Zone. Good stuff for the Genesis. If you're a Genesis fan, you need to swing by our store because there's not a lot of Genesis fanatics here at our store. So we just have a bunch of good Genesis games waiting for somebody to come pick them up. All right, what else we got here? Super Nintendo games. Oh, yeah. Wheel of Fortune. Not quite. But Kirby's Dream Course. This is a beautiful one, too. I played this when I was a kid. I really enjoyed it. I like the idea of Kirby Golf. I don't know. It sounds like something you would hate at first, but it's pretty fun. Very challenging. Very, very hard game. Which is surprising given it's a Kirby game, but whatever. I don't even know what this is. Kablooey. I was obsessed with that art on it. Here's Earthworm Jim 2 for the Super Nintendo. Earthworm Jim, man. Don't you forget him. And some wrestling game for the Super Nintendo. So what else have we got here? Well, we got the Amiibos. We're going to take a look at them now, maybe? No. Actually, there's more Genesis stuff. Box Genesis games. Here we got the original X-Men. X-Men 2 is better on the Genesis, or so I'm told. I like them both. I think they're a little janky, sure, but I still had fun with them. The Super Nintendo X-Men game, now that was a good one. But this one apparently has a map or a poster, and sure enough, we have it in here. But yeah, I'd figure we'd show it off here. Let's take a look. Maybe it's all together. I'm curious what is on these posters. Obviously, I would hope the X-Men. This one apparently has level layouts for all the stages here. This is pretty cool. If you ever wanted a poster and a strategy guide all in one, well, here you go. Excalibur's Lighthouse. The Future World. Asteroid 4. What's on the other side? Is there something else? Oh, here we go. The X-Men. With the Sega Genesis logo. Hell yeah. Special edition poster. That's a pretty cool poster, actually. I would definitely hang this up. But I like all posters, once they're kind of folded up, they kind of have those bend marks. Unfortunate, but that's how they package posters in these games. They couldn't exactly roll them up and, you know, do all that. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I'll put it all together later. Genesis is good stuff. Like I was saying, if you like Genesis games, you swing by because we've got a whole bunch of them. Eternal Champions here. I love this box art. I like this guy on the right with this with the visor going on and the buzz top haircut he's got going on. He looks ready for action, man. Let me tell you. Prepare for the ultimate game. I think this is some sort of Mortal Kombat clone or something. I don't know. Some people swear by it. And here we've got a Sega Saturn game. But unfortunately, the game in question is Virtual Highlight. This game is terrible. This is a terrible game. But it may have reached the so bad it's good category. I don't know. If you like very, very, very weird games that aren't very good, then Virtual Highlight is where you go. To experience RPG any more real, you'd have to go there yourself. There you go. Look how real this is. Video game advertising, I swear. The people who write these blurbs on the back, they gave it their all, let me tell you. Here's a good game, though. Rayman for the original PlayStation. Very awesome, fun game. And I guess Rayman did go back to 2D eventually. With Rayman Begin. Well, I don't know. What was the Wii Rayman game called? The PS3, PS4 era? I don't know. Rayman Again or Rayman Begins. Something. Something Rayman. Here we go. Super Smash Bros. 3DS. What is this? Spyro. Ocarina of Time 3D. This is Ocarina of Time 3DS remake. And some 3DS games. Nothing too crazy. A whole bunch of PS3 games, so we'll fire these off here. I'll spell them as I do. But that's fine. Splatoon 2. It's a random Switch game that came in. Need for Speed. Now, this game looked fun right here. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. So you can play a Scorpion and you can fight Superman or the Flash and stuff like that. Sounds pretty badass to me. I think that'd be a pretty awesome crossover. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. It's a good way to play the Metal Gear Solid games if you don't want to get them for the PS1, PS2. Army of Two, really fun co-op third-person shooter game. So if you like games like Gears of War, maybe check that one out. What else have we got here? The Simpsons game. The original Army of Two game. They actually made two of them. Legends of WrestleMania, The Hulk, Fast and the Furious. A bunch of nothing too crazy. I'd say bog standard PS3 games. Anything cool here? Well, I want to find out. I can see our custom box here on the top. We use these boxes for when someone only brings in the disc. We make our own case for the game sometimes. Or we just set them out there and let people buy them. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Okay, here we go. Hannah Montana, the movie. Perfect. With the Hannah Montana movie collector card set inside. But is it in there? It's not. For shame, Hannah Montana. I wanted your collectible card game. World of Zoo. I've never even heard of this. What is this? You make your own animals. That sounds pretty cute, actually. Pretty fun. Some of these Wii games aren't so bad. They could be pretty great kids games. Pretty unique stuff. Tony Hawk Underground. Here we go. Mario Kart Double Dash. Some GameCube games in here. Need for Speed Underground. Cars. Nothing too crazy. Let's check out the Amiibos. Alright, what is this? This looks like Dog from Half-Life 2. But this is, in fact, a Metroid Dread Amiibo. Cool. Cool. And we got the Dark Samus. I believe that's what this is. Dark Samus Amiibo. Looking pretty detailed, actually, for an Amiibo. I like the look of it. Here we got... What is this? Ryu? Yeah, Ryu. From Street Fighter. He was a crossover character in Smash, so of course he had to get an Amiibo. I don't know, are Amiibos still going strong in the Switch era? I don't even know. I'm not sure how big the Amiibo craze still is. This is some sort of Fire Emblem character. I forget. I don't know these Fire Emblem characters. I know some of them. I know this is Marth. I know Marth when I recognize him. I don't know why they all have blue hair, but that's just kind of... His sword's kind of crappy, though, man. This had to be like an earlier Amiibo or something. I have no idea who this is. But I like the flaming sword. I like the fire sword. I like the cultist robes. It's a nice look. Kind of dusty, but whatever. Now, this is Ike. I know that. because I played the GameCube Fire Emblem, and I liked it a lot. It was a fun game. And I believe this is Crom. Fire Emblem Awakening, I think. The 3DS one. Though something's wrong with his shoes. Did someone, like, take the color away, or is it actually supposed to be one shoe is a different color than the other? I feel like it's too stupid for that to be it, but also at the same time, that sounds exactly like how they would design a Fire Emblem character. That's the video. Check out our story and the rest of the channel. Take it easy.